Dear friends, today we are going to discuss about vehicle diagnostics, which means types of vehicle diagnostics like onboard and offboard. First of all, why do we need vehicle diagnostics? So here I have mentioned a few important points. Yeah, the most important point is to identify defective components and report problems to the client or tester and mechanics and activation of mill lamp so user can understand what kind of problem and for the one is store the fault along with environment condition and final one is tracking fault occurrence. What is diagnostics and how it is to test it? So like I said before, diagnostics mainly used for to find out the problem in early stage, so it will save the cost and time and everything. And here I have mentioned few points, so this will give the provision for the test engineer. The first point is read or write the adjustment, and he can do it read and write configuration. And the test engineer, he can do it for complete diagnostics of the car, and he can read vehicle information of the ECU and fault indication. Diagnostics can give the repair estimates as well. And suppose any component is fault is occur, then we can remove and we can activate it newly. Communication. There are two types of communications are there. One is in-vehicle communication and other one is test communication. In-vehicle communication is nothing but communication between the ECUs. So that is protocol will handle it. Second one is tester communication. So here our diagnostics will happen. Second point is calibration and measurement. Simulation at different operation condition and fault identification and rectification. So these things will come under tester communication. Communication in automobiles. By the help of vehicle diagnostics, test engineer, he can read the identification system through the DAD and reading of error memory which is stored in ECU. He can erasing the errors from the ECU memory after necessary applications and monitor different operating conditions like sensors values and actuators like that. OSI layer and its corresponding ISO specs here I have mentioned. As we all know, OSI is nothing but open system interconnect. OSI layer which is consist of 7 layers starting from bottom: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Normally, the data is flow from lower layer to upper layer and upper layer to lower layer. This is how the data flow will be happen. So, whatever the protocol, it's a CAN or FlexRay. They are following the ISO standards. Here you can see the physical layer and the data link layer. The protocol is derived by ISO 8889 and ISO 15765, the based on OSI layer. And also transport layer and session layer, which is derived by ISO 15765 version 4. So normally the data which is coming from wire, then it will go to the physical layer and it will go to the data link and network layer. Then it will be segmented and concatenated. Then it will move to the application layer. The same thing will be happen in upper application layer to physical layer in vice versa. Now we came into the main feature. So we have two types of vehicle diagnostics are there. One is onboard diagnostics and offboard diagnostics. Onboard diagnostics is shortly we called as OBD and offboard diagnostics is nothing but our UDS, Unified Diagnostics Service. So here I have mentioned ISO spec, ISO 15031 and ISO 14229. Here you can see the diagram. So this is nothing but like I said before, it's a following, it's a OSI layer and also it's based on AutoSAR architecture. Here you can see that in diagnosis service, one is for OBD and another one is for UDS. The finally moved to or promoted to the application software. Nowadays, modern cars having lot of ECUs. I would say it would be a 75 ECUs to 130 ECUs. Normally, dynamic system what it will do, it will scan all the ECU and their functionality. If dynamic system will found any errors, then the corresponding errors reported into the memory. That is called DTC, Diagnostic Troubleshoot. Here we got two types of dynamic system, right? One is for onboard dynamic system, another one is offboard dynamic system. Onboard dynamic system, the monitor only emission related issues in engine issues. But offboard dynamic system, it will monitor all other vehicle issues and also record the error codes in the form of DTC. This is the main difference between onboard dynamic system and offboard dynamic system. I repeat, onboard dynamic system, it will monitor only emission related issues in engine issue. But offboard dynamic system, it will monitor all other vehicle issues. Like I said before, if car have 130 ECUs instance, it will monitor all the ECUs and it will report the error in the form of DTC. Onboard dynamic system, the end user, I mean driver, he can identify the fault by the help of mill lamp that is called MIL. But offboard dynamic system, the user cannot be read. Offboard dynamic system store the fault which can be retrieved in garage. So end user can be read the malfunctions using mill lamp, but in offboard dynamic system, it won't give any provision for the end user. So here I have given the quick comparison difference between onboard diagnostics and offboard diagnostics. So OBD monitor the emission level of vehicles, which means so OBD only monitor about engine issue, but offboard diagnostics it will monitor all the issue, the whatever is available in vehicles. And in onboard dynamic systems, the end user can be identify the fault by the help of mill lamp that is called malfunction indicator light. But in offboard analysis, the end user cannot read anything. So offboard analysis only record the errors and make it available to the mechanic at the garage. So only mechanic can do it. So UDS, that is nothing but offboard diagnostics. So here you can see the diagram. So the tester, he can communicate to the ECU by the help of some hardwares. Here the UDS is according to the ISO 14229 document, and this protocol is used to diagnostic errors, and also it also used for programming the ECUs, and it possible to read and delete the fault memory on the ECUs and flashing new firmware on the ECUs. So UDS is nothing but unified because it's a combination of consolidated standards such as Keyword Protocol 2000s and Dynesis Scan on ISO 15765, so that it is called as unified and which is independent of vehicle manufacturer. So these are the dynamic service which is derived by the ISO 14229, which is nothing but output dynamics ISO spec. So to perform this output dynamics, there is certain format is there. So that will be discussed in future slides. Next one is OBD, onboard diagnostics. Here you can see the laptop or the scan tool which is connected to this OBD2 connector. So by the help of OBD2 connector, Dynamics engineer can read the fault codes. Then based on that fault code, the corresponding or affected component can be replaced. And onboard Dynamics modes. So here there are 10 modes are there. Each mode has some specific operation. When the client requests mode 1, it will request current powertrain dynamics data. And if client requests 02, then it requests for powertrain freeze frame data. So likewise, for each frame, for each mode, there is some specific operation will be performed. Here I given you OBD history. Normally OBD2, which is originated from California, that is California Air Resources Board (CARB). So which is required for OBD in all new cars from 1991 onwards, which is mainly used for emission purpose. So 1996 OBD2 are mandatory in USA. Then based on that 2001, which is followed by European country for gasoline cars. Then 2003, then which is required for European country for diesel car as well. That is called EOBD. And 2015, the OBD2 was recorded in US for medium duty vehicle. And 2018 US car must use ISO 15761 nothing but CAN TP for based on OBD basis. And 2020 finally OBD was recorded in US heavy duty vehicles. Nowadays almost all the country, most of the countries are following OBD. Does my car have OBD? Yeah, like I said before, normally which is introduced by US, then after that, then California, then European, they're called EOBD, then Australia and even India, it's for BS. So almost all the countries are following, and most of us car it's available in for OBD connector. Thanks for watching.